Good morning and welcome everybody. We are live in Thailand and we've reached the last 16 of the FIFA Futsal World Cup, and coming up the opening game of what is going to be a packed day full of action and excitement here. First up then on the playing court, it is Portugal against Paraguay. Well, this pair's only previous meeting also took place at a World Cup 4 years ago, in fact. Portugal hanging on 3-2 in the opening round thanks to a winner from Arnaldo, who is in that Portuguese lineup, as you can see there, the number 6. Well, the coach of Paraguay, Fernando Leite, is facing Portugal for the second time. That's Bratz, the man in charge of the Portuguese. The Brazilian was previously in charge of Guatemala. They lost 6-2 to Portugal in the first round of the home edition for the Guatemalans back in 2000. So he's not had a great record against the Portuguese. So then we're just about ready to get underway here. Just a reminder then of how these two teams got here. The Paraguayans open with a really good draw, actually. You might have seen that one of the opening games, 3-3 against Ukraine. Followed it up getting beaten by the Costa Ricans 6-3, despite the fact they were leading in that game, and ended up with an edgy 3-2 victory over the host nation, Thailand, in the final game. A really cracking game that was. As for the Portuguese, they too disappointed in the opening game. It was a 5-5 draw, and they were 5-1 up in that game against the Japanese and let that lead slip. And they went down in the end to Brazil by 3-1. And had it not been for the fact that they'd beaten the Libyans, then they would have been really struggling to qualify here. But they do have one of the players to watch, of course. He goes by the name of Ricardinho, and he is the man who's in possession there. He can make magic happen, this guy, with the ball in his boots. And there he is already, and the first cutback. Good opening for Ricardinho. A little too much heat on the cross that time. Santander into Salas. Salas has got an opening here as well. This is one of the most open of the quarter-final games, or the last 16 games rather, here. We've got Spain coming up a little bit later on against Thailand, and that promises to be a rip-roaring, riotous affair. Ricardinho. Portugal, though, have got to tighten up at the back. Simple as that. They've been far too easy to score against. 9 there is Goncalo. Ricardinho. Goncalo holding it up, being forced back there by Salas. 7 players for Paraguay are a yellow card away from a suspension. For the Portuguese, that number is 6. Leitao is not available today, and neither is Benedita, which is why we have Sousa. Andre Sousa in goal for the Portuguese today. Ricardinho, a bit too flash then with the outside of his right foot, giving it away. Juan Salas. As Alcaraz. In goal is Carlos Espinola. Well, they're clearly going to get tight on Ricardinho right from the off. Here he is again. Into Arnaldo, the captain. Arnaldo teeing it up, wanting the return ball. Arnaldo at the near side of the D, and Paraguay keeping it tight at the back. 7 there was Cardinal taking. Ricardinho, he's so good with his left and right, you're never not sure what way he's going to go with the ball, which shoulder he's going to drop. Appeared 12 years ago, did Ricardinho, in Guatemala. He's only 27 now. 28 this year. Youngest player to appear at a World Cup. Espinola there. Both of these sides have been a little soft at the back. Right on the edge of the D, this. The master of creating the unexpected. What's he going to do here? Is he going to set somebody else up, or is he going to manage to produce this something amazing here? Ricardinho, and well, they're complaining. Arnaldo, the captain, complaining about something. Captain of the Paraguayans, Alcaraz. There's Arnaldo, and the run off the ball from Goncalo up to the edge of the D. Santander into Juan Salas. He got lucky there, did Salas. Again, keeping it virtually everybody back behind the ball at the moment, the Paraguayans. So then this is Arnaldo, Ricardinho. Well, level at the end is 2 5-minute periods of extra time, followed by penalty kicks. Ricardinho. Goncalo's layoff, Ricardinho. And again. Good interception there by Cardinal. And just overran it with that second touch. Goncalo with a layoff. Ricardinho is dropping back a little deeper, and that took a deflection going out. It could have taken a deflection in the roof of the net then off of Juan Salas. Three and a half minutes have gone. Ricardinho. And again. Five is Santander. Wants it back again. Santander now. He's not going to be able to squeeze that in. Oh, he's injured himself there. He went in late on the challenge himself. He was never going to get there. Well, he doesn't look in good shape, does he? The knee looks as if it might have been twisted here. Here he goes. Ooh, oh, it's nasty. It's really nasty. And you can see from the way he landed there at Santander. Brents and Leite, the two coaches, this is the first real test for them in this round of 16. Of course, there's no room for error at all. is Ricardinho. Overrun that time by Salas. Little flick out there by Benitez. There's a lot of fear about the performance of both of these two here at the moment. Neither has really cut loose. Goncalo. Down to Ricardinho. It's up to players like him really to light the stage up here. Well, it's a decent turn, and Goncalo made no move. Down the line looking for Gabriel Ayala. Ayala and Ayala. Two Ayalas in the team here today, Emmanuel and Gabriel. Into the foot of Gabriel Ayala. Portugal dropping off, inviting the Paraguayans to come at them, trying to use the counter-attack. At 14 is Villalba. Held up there by Emmanuel Ayala. Ayala, Ricardinho is with him. Now they're breaking the play up, and Arnaldo's over the halfway line. They've got a man over here, Portugal. Ricardinho isn't going to get there. Ricardinho. To Goncalo. Down to Ricardinho. Well, temptation is always to blast it over from there. Keeper came out then, Sousa. Don't know whether or not there was any real communication. It almost seemed as if there was an element of surprise here as this was played through, and he came out, and great bit of vision last minute from Ricardinho again. Where they come now. Oh, just look, he's completely and utterly frustrated with that. Up there, Marinho, and played it into the path of Matos. Real crowd there trying to slow down Emmanuel Ayala, Villalba, Ayala. Oh, and again, just touch letting them down. But again, the angle is very, very tight. Back it comes to Matos. Down the line is Marinho. Marinho's in here. Well, he was very, very momentarily. Ricardinho's got to get back now. As Emmanuel Ayala's on the ball here. Broken down, that's going to be a free kick to Paraguay. Back to Espinola. Half-hearted attempt by Gabriel Ayala. Into Ayala. Back then to Benitez. Back here to Matos. Thirteen is Marino. Marino. Beautifully bent around there by Pedro Cari. And sliding out. Always going to be Sousa's ball. Into Matos, and wanted it back then. Carries on the edge of the D's, had to move wide to try and receive the ball from Paulinho. Back to Cari. Well, plenty of bluster, but a lack of quality so far in this opening 10 minutes. Again, angle tie good defended by Alcaraz. Now, this should be it. That was poor from Salas. Goalkeeper Sousa just stood his ground, and the ball was just played straight at him. That really was poor from Salas. Can't afford to make errors like that, not at this stage of the game. Velasquez down to Juan Salas. Salas back to Alcaraz. Good now mistake there. They got 3 over on 2 here. Kari was on the edge of the D, broken down there. Mourinho, it was rather Matos, goes down. Ricardinho not on the court at the moment. Back he comes. There's a good position for Kari. Kari, well, wasn't played to him with any pace there. He had to actually roll it into his path himself then to get any power behind the ball. But there again, no wonder he puts his head in his hands there, Salas, because that was a huge opportunity. Okay, lovely turn and straight at the keeper, Espinola from Paulinho. Back they come to Alcaraz. Into Juan Salas. Alcaraz has got it back again. 7 is Velasquez. Velasquez pushed away by Paulinho. And to Alcaraz. 7 here is Velasquez again. Velasquez going deep now. Picked back up by the captain Alcaraz. Down the line he goes. He's claimed he was impeded there. Nothing given. Well, here's the man that could win or lose it, I think, for the Portuguese. If he's not on form, the chances of success perhaps 10% less than if he is. Given away now, Goncalo, and off the line. That was absolutely magnificent from Juan Salas. The best moment of the game. Now just look at this. Flick across and Goncalo. What about that? Juan Salas right on the line, and Espinola needs a bit of treatment here. Wow, that was stunning. Just look at this. Just look how he clears this. Fantastic piece of defending on the line from the big number 9. Well, again, they don't stand for too much in the way of treatment being given out there for anybody, for the simple reason they've got a sub-keeper and they can get them off and get the substitute on whilst he is actually repaired, if indeed that is what he needs. So he looks just about ready to continue. Back it comes here to Goncalo, drifts it into Ricardinho, and easy claim for Espinola. Back into Ricardinho. In the D is Cardinal! Yes, there's the opening goal. Finally an elevation above the mediocre. Easy. Arnaldo with the ball cross. Cardinal sweeping it in. And Portugal have the lead. Paraguay got to come out of their shell a bit here. They very nearly came out of their shell and got penalised, leaving too many players forward at the back. Now in comes Villalba. Two big chances missed by the Paraguayans. Well, you just get the feeling, don't you, even at this stage, that Paraguay are going to be sitting back at the end of this game thinking, if only one of those had gone in. Ricardinho, 6 there is Arnaldo. Ricardinho again. There's always an eye on where he's going and what he's doing. There again, that little drop of the shoulder, darting run. Ricardinho rolls left, right, back onto the left foot. Arnaldo. Goncalo in there as well. And there's a bit more intent about the Portuguese, a bit more belief when they're in possession here. 6 is Arnaldo. Arnaldo going deep, Ricardinho. Well, so far, the touches and the flicks haven't really come off for him. Ricardinho. Was he impeded there? Cardinal, the goal scorer, thought he was. Villalba in front of Gabriel Ayala. Ayala, Villalba again, exchanging passes that can't get close enough to get a shot or anything on target there. Ricardinho, shoulder to shoulder, the two number 10s. They got it back again though here. They had two on one there around the edge of the Portuguese D. Back into possession it comes with Arnaldo. Ricardinho. And again, back to Goncalo. All the way back to Souza. Signals being given there by Marino. Ricardinho's in! Oh, he's put it wide. But again, just the most dazzling bit of footwork. Well, it's amazing what a quick change of boots will do. In other words, part of his sponsorship, but he certainly changed his boots here, as you can see. He's gone from slightly pink to a very brilliant. It's like orange. Dug out there by Ayala. It's through 3 against 2. And again, Ricardinho getting his foot in there. Ricardinho's gone wide. Might not be needed. And he isn't. Back they come downfield to is Manuel Ayala. Now, is this number 2? Well. Which of these two teams is going to find these come back to haunt them? Carey can't believe it. And in the end, Cardinal has blown it again. Inside the final 5 minutes of the first period here, held up here by Alcaraz, the captain for Paraguay. And along to Salas, Velasquez outside of him, Alcaraz is forward. Again, they don't know whether to come or go or sit or stay. Velasquez. This game is still poised finally on the proverbial knife edge here. This is Alcaraz. 9 will be Juan Salas. Missed out Velasquez. Down to Alcaraz. Into Velasquez again. Good challenge from Ricardinho, forcing his man to go back to Espinola. Espinola to Alcaraz. Neatly done, this fall back there for the Portuguese. And Juan Salas loses out here. 13 is Marinho. Ricardinho carries across from him. Marinho, Ricardinho, nicely touched. Ricardinho will want the return ball. Ricardinho's going to get it. The angle start again. Ricardinho, and he just couldn't get there. And again, it draws the applause from the appreciative crowd. Juan Salas again has got to go around the long way. Paulinho was with him. Here is Carey. Down to Alcaraz, along to Juan Salas. Salas, back they come again. Alcaraz got nowhere to go. This is Juan Salas being pressed out by Paulinho. He looked as if he was kicked from behind then, and belatedly the decision goes with them. As the little nudge from behind. The long run up, and then the place ball, and pushed wide by Matos. Good move by the Portuguese. Only 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes remaining in this first period here. And Paraguay still struggling here to get a foothold in the game. There's Ricardinho. Ricardinho again, brilliantly done. And Marinho. Back to Matos. Matos wants to return now. He's been driven a little bit wide here and just couldn't keep it in play. Lovely little turn there by Alcaraz, but is he turning into trouble here? Alcaraz, no, and very, very lucky then was Salas. Away he comes, clip on the heels, up in the air he goes. Matos gets penalised. Just the 1 goal so far in the competition for Matos, the man they're all trying to catch. In with a shot at the golden boot, golden shoe. Cardinal now on 7 for the tournament. 6 here is Salas. Manuel Ayala, the top scorer, the number 2, with 4 goals for the Paraguayans. Now Ricardinho, and great save from Marino Espinola. Arms raised and timeout called. Salas with the bit of defending. So the timeout. Portuguese beginning to build, aren't they, in confidence and worthy of the lead. There's the goal. Player number 7 with goal number 7 of the tournament. Reminder of what is still to come for us today. Spain against Thailand is up in a couple of hours' time. 11:30 UK, 12:30 CET, and that promises to be a cracking game there. Ukraine are meeting the Japanese, Iran against Colombia. So I think what we really expected actually out of these games was Portugal to go through here, Ukraine to go through against Japan, Spain to go through against Thailand, Iran to go through against Colombia. Whether or not it is going to prove that easy to predict, we will have to see. It's certainly been hard work here for the Portuguese inside this first half here. Trying to pick out Pedro Carri, not anywhere near accurate enough. And that has been really the story of the first half. 90 seconds left on the clock. And to Ayala, Manuel Ayala. Still a lack of conviction, really, from Paraguay coming forward in this game. 9 is Salas. But again, you feel he's always got to go Salas onto his left foot. That's part of the problem. And the volley from Salas. It was Cardinal into Carri and taken out of play. Ricardinho, any brief flashes of what he's capable of, but we might get something here. Yeah, sometimes it's just a bit too extravagant, really. When you're 3 and 4-0 up yet, maybe, but really at 1-0, the elaborate flicks and touches often seem just exactly that, too extravagant. Good bit of defending there from René Villalba. Beautifully timed, and nobody alive enough again from the quick corner take. Ricardinho. Oh! What a strike from Matos. 2-0, and just the quickness, the speed of thought. Oh, it took a deflection. That is why it went beyond the keeper here. Keeper had that covered, and there's the touch. He will claim that though, Matos. They don't care how they go in. Well, the final 10 seconds of the first period. Ricardinho is upended again. Well, he left his foot there. I think it did look as if he was part playing for that. 7 seconds left, or 7.5 seconds. Trying to hold out here, and again too close to Espinola, and there it is, buzzer for half-time. Well, it's not been the greatest first half in terms of entertainment spectacle. A lot of fear from both teams in the opening 10 minutes or so before finally the Portuguese got that breakthrough with Cardinal's first goal, and then Matos hit it. Took a deflection, but he's going to claim it. It makes it 2-0. The Portuguese lead Paraguay at half-time. And we're ready to go then for this second half. 20 minutes for the Paraguayans to turn it around, to force maybe additional time, to cause an upset. You got to say that it is looking against them at the moment. Paraguay then ready to get us underway. Right then, they've got to actually inject some adventure going forward, but they don't want to give it away as they have done to Cardinal. Seems they're all on the trail of changing their boots in this team at the moment. As you can see, constant changing. Cardinal's changed his to get into the pink pair that he has now got on him. '11 is Matos for Portugal. Ricardinho. Well, he's in and out of different boots as well. He ended the first half in a pair of those, the brilliant orange ones. Now he's trying another pair on here. Ricardinho. Matos is inside of him. Ricardinho. And the little step in, but he lost that. But again, he goes galloping off, trying to actually win possession back again. Challenge on Salas brings a free kick to Paraguay. Although, to be honest, as you can see from the replay, didn't seem to do a lot. Villalba waiting for it. Villalba's got it. Again, he's more right-footed than left, Villalba. Into Alcaraz, the captain. Salas is available. Alcaraz into Emmanuel Ayala. Paraguay's top scorer, not that you'd know it because he hasn't had a shot on target yet. Pretty much in keeping with the rest of the Paraguay team here. Salas. Neatly done. Got to get this ball back by Alcaraz into Ayala. And, well, forcing a toe poke ready down the field from Souza. And Cardinal had the opportunity. There goes Ayala. Ayala needed some support then. Ayala's got it back again. Can he turn? Ricardinho with the challenge. The little Portuguese player. Ricardinho, Arnaldo sprinting up the edge of the D. There's a shove in the back, surely on Cardinal then by Velasquez. Nothing given. Back to Matos. All the way back to Souza. Ricardinho out. Look how quickly he gets beyond. He's got such a low centre of gravity. He's beyond you before you realise he was there in the first instance. There's Paulinho. Ricardinho losing out to Salas, and how the play goes. It is a Portuguese ball, is it? Yes, Matos leaves it. No, it's Paraguay ball, which Salas will take. But again, as he took it, everybody was behind the ball then. Cardinal. Oh, Cardinal's just his presence and Matos there enough to force Emmanuel Ayala into making the error. Ricardinho into Matos. Was Arnaldo. Matos. 13 is Marinho. Marinho again. Ricardinho. Paraguay's not even getting close to making a challenge. Ricardinho. Saw a little gap, and back he comes, and just stabs it wide. The keys that the nations involved in the first nil draw in the FIFA Futsal World Cup. This is a bit more tent on it. Over there, and it goes wide, but there's 40 fans that enjoy the first side of it as goal. Ricardinho, Matos, Ricardinho. This is the captain, Arnaldo. Period. And Paraguay still yet makes, who's actually make a save. Flying goalkeeper's going to have to be introduced surely soon as they chase this. 4 outfield against 4 outfield, Paraguay. And good stop this time from Espinola, the run there of Arnaldo. A clear ball out of play. Getting made it easy for the goalkeeper, hit straight at the goalkeeper. Arnaldo back again in possession here for Portugal. Paraguay have got to find an answer. It's no good standing off, defending deep. Nobody close to anybody in possession of the ball. They've got to put Portugal under pressure in possession here. They've got to work harder. At the moment, they're going out with a whimper here, Paraguay. Because Portugal will play this game all day long. Arnaldo. Ricardinho blocked his run then, Villalba. But he is cute, he does play into these positions sometimes, Ricardinho. 12 years playing at the very, very highest of levels. Constantly see him looking over his shoulder. He's an education. You never see a player cam on him. I don't think the player cam could ever keep up with him, to be perfectly honest. There's Mourinho with the interception. Stabbed across into the path of Arnaldo. Arnaldo goes down. Free kick given. Villalba complains, but it will fall on deaf ears. Giancarlo standing over the ball. Espinola knows there's something coming here. Ricardinho tees it up. They wanted to return to him then again. Set plays haven't been quite as good as they normally are from the Portuguese. Cardinal about to be let loose. Here he comes, Cardinal. And good save. Espinola. Well, right across the face of the goal again. How many times have we seen that? Paulinho. back again it goes. This is Villalba. Again, they just can't get out their own half at the moment, Paraguay. It's almost as if they've been waiting to just be put out of their misery here. 12 minutes left to go. Villalba, one goal to change that, maybe. Nothing giving here. Giancarlo into Arnaldo. Even the Portuguese being a bit profligate in possession. Nine is Juan Salas. Oh, very nearly snuck it through then to pick him up again. Now we got Paulinho. Paulinho! 3 back for the Portuguese. By the time Paraguay get bodies forward, once again everybody is back behind the ball. Emmanuel Ayala. Juan Salas. Yellow card coming out for Gabriel Ayala. And Gabriel Ayala, just in case you were interested, the number 4 will be missing the next match if they manage to turn this around. Back to Gabriel Ayala, and again has it taken off of him by Paulinho. Ayala. Well, one shot on target, it tells you the whole story of where this has gone wrong for the Paraguayans here today. Back to Paulinho, trying the cross-court ball. Intercepted by Villalba. Away they come again. Juan Salas. Villalba laid off there. Alcaraz. Villalba's continued his run. 9 is Salas again. Alcaraz, and they go back and back and back and deeper and deeper and deeper inside the last 10 minutes here. This is Juan Salas again. What can they do to alleviate? Now they've got a chance here. Well read by Sousa. Brilliantly read by the Portuguese keeper, although quite what he was trying to do with that, I don't know. And an opening. Villalba launched himself right at that ball on the edge of the D, and Arnaldo is the man who's felt the weight of that, but then he's got to go for it. great turnover as well, because he had to stop the momentum was about to carry him over and out of the D. Quick change then for the Portuguese, as we can point you in the direction of our next live output about an hour and a half from now. Spain in action against Thailand. Yeah, again, they want them hurried along. Finally, they've decided to jettison the keeper. And Gabriel Ayala is the man with the goalkeeping jersey on. Spain, Thailand, incidentally, these two have met 5 times. Never in real competition. Spain have won every single meeting they've had. They did meet as recently as August. It was the only time that the Thais have ever scored against the Spanish. 6-4 it ended up in that match. Got to make this extra man count. All the while being very aware of that ball sailing over their head into an empty net. Alcaraz in the D, but again, Villalba. Again, the pace they're playing at here, the Portuguese will just stand in front of them and defend. And it won't cause them too much of a problem. They need a little more incision, a little more speed about the way they're moving the ball here, a little more confidence in their own ability to make it move. Creeping toward that D. Ayala thought about having a go. Finally they do, and it was rather predictable in the end. Ayala, Villalba. Yeah, that's better. Hit it first time on the move. They might not have got it anywhere near the goal, but at least there was an element of surprise there as they came in. There was a player over. Ricardinho, and over by Cardinal. Marinho. Oh, Espinola. Villalba turned his back as he made the clearance. Sums up what we've really seen from them in this disappointing performance from Paraguay. The first of the round of 16 knockout ties at the 2012 FIFA Futsal World Cup here. Cardinal. Ricardinho. Oh, Ricardinho. Emmanuel Ayala, Gabriel Ayala, Villalba. One goal back here, it will put the Portuguese under a little bit of pressure. with 7 minutes remaining here. Villalba. Ayala's ball, and again it goes out wide. Emmanuel Ayala. Lurking on the edge of the D is Villalba, trying to get up in front of the goalkeeper, Souza. 3 in the D, marking one on the edge of the D. Villalba in possession now for Paraguay. But again, tries a little shuffle, nobody buying it. Back they come again. And here is Ayala. Cardinal. Paraguay ball. Villalba. Ayala. Well, he tried to squeeze it through there, Gabriel Ayala. Marinho with the deflection out. It'll be Villalba. René Villalba. Emmanuel Ayala. On the edge of the D. Back to Gabriel Ayala. Did well to work that to the byline then, moving in at the near post as the captain, Alcaraz. Emmanuel Ayala, quickly taken. Back to René Villalba. Villalba closed down. Well, for as long as this game goes, you just don't feel that there is the conviction about Paraguay that they really believe that they can get back in, not only get this game to level, as that takes the deflection off the boot of Ricardinho, flies over, but that they can win. It's off the boot, not of Ricardinho, off of Matos it was in the end. Back they come. Into the path of Ayala. Ayala giving it away. Ricardinho! If there was anybody that you would have wanted that ball to be at the foot of, executing that move or trying to, it would have been him. And his game has been, as we said in the first half, about 5 or 10% off what it normally is. And here it is. It is Juan Salas. Touch in the end from Emmanuel Ayala. Juan Salas rolled it in toward the goal. Ayala got it over the line, 2-1, Portugal. Now they're in the game. Now at last we have a game. Well, it was Salas. No other touch on that before it went into the back of the net. Juan Salas. Now, this is Salas, the two Salases in combination. Ayala. Could we be moving into the realms of additional time in the first game? 5 minutes each way if we get there before we get a penalty shootout. Oh, that was close. Juan Salas, all of a sudden they're carrying threat. Just shows you what a goal does to the confidence and the belief. René Villalba over across to Gabriel Ayala. Villalba. The support is a bit more awake now. There's Villalba, there's Salas. Villalba, René Villalba moved in onto the back post inside the D. This is Salas. Villalba. Juan Salas. And again, they're moving it around and around. And Juan Salas. Here is Villalba. Andre Souza is the keeper who's down here. There was a clash as he went to collect that. We'll follow through from the captain, Alcaraz. Again, the referee saying, get the stretcher on if they need to go off. Tense time. Been beaten twice by the Portuguese already in his career, both at World Cups. Once 4 years ago when these two met, and previously 12 years ago when in charge of Guatemala. Ayala to Villalba. Emmanuel Ayala, 14, René Villalba. This is Gabriel Ayala. Emmanuel Ayala. Quickly picked up by Pedro Carri. Timeout called here. 3 minutes 12 left on the clock. First timeout called by... difficult to tell really until they put the flag up who's called it. Looks like Paraguay then called the first of the timeouts here. And out comes the board on the magnetic pieces, or are we going to be on the felt tip? No, he's on the magnetic pieces here now is the coach. First time really Sousa's been caught out, went sliding out there to intercept something he had no chance of getting anywhere near, and the ball just ended up sailing past him into the path of the goal scorer Juan Salas. Portugal have the possession with 3 minutes 12 to go. Try to get it through there to Matos, given away. Emmanuel Ayala. Little drop of the shoulders. Cardinal's taken out of the game, but he wins it back. Good play by Cardinal. Cardinal! Oh, off the post. If only Ricardinho had been a half a minute further forward then. And there's another timeout called here. Portuguese timeout called. Winner of this game will move into the quarterfinals to face either Italy or Egypt. Chance for the Portuguese to get a bit of revenge after the European Championships exit to the hands of the Italians. And as potential semi-final, they could meet either Spain, Thailand, Russia or Czech Republic. Reality, I suppose, based on what we've seen in previous competitions, it could be Italy, Spain in the semi-final, although Russia have been performing well. And you wouldn't back against the Russians doing something if they can overcome Czech Republic. Providing that is, of course, Spain get past the ties. Here, though, it is Paraguay. 1 goal down, 2 minutes 50 to go. This is Gabriel Ayala, who's got the goalkeeping jersey on. 14 is René Villalba. 9 creeping into the box on the back post is Salas. Villalba again. All the time looking for this opening. Juan Salas. There's Villalba. They close down around him. Villalba and away. Joe comes short for it. We've seen Joe thrown on in the final seconds of previous games to help close down, do a bit of defending. Villalba. And they get it clear. This is good foraging, this from the Paraguayans. This Salas across to Ayala. Smart save. Souza is way off with that. Well, he's still feeling the effects from the challenge of the clash with Alcaraz. 90 seconds left to go. 1 goal needed. Can Portugal hold on to possession during this time? Ricardinho sending it forwards. Possession back with the Paraguayans now as they break forwards. Sandwich in between there. Ricardinho. Cardinal. Ricardinho! There's the conclusion of the game. And at last, he finally gets something in the region of that D that he can sweep into the roof of the net, and it eases Portugal's route into the quarter-final. And a chance, a shot at revenge and redemption against the Italians. Maybe. Goal number 3 for Ricardinho. Emmanuel Ayala getting it out to Gabriel Ayala, still wearing the goalkeeper's jersey. Ayala and Ayala. Alcaraz inside the D. Ayala to Villalba. Wasn't too far away there. Joe goes off. Cardinal comes on. Well, it's a long, hard route to get to a final for the Portuguese. The reality is that they've made hard work of this. Again, when they get into those wide positions and the ball comes flashing across the 6-yard, or across the D rather, from the boot of Ayala, there's never anybody there on the back post who could just stick their frame in front of the ball, and whatever limit it took to divert it into the back of the net. 3 chances they've had from that angle. Nobody been there to apply a touch on the end of it if the shot doesn't go in. It's all about anticipation, and Paraguay have not anticipated well in those situations. As we said, Portugal looks likely that it might be against the Italians in the quarter-final. That's Ricardinho, look at it, means a lot to him. Italy against Egypt tomorrow. And Ricardinho's got a touch in. There's the second for him. Salutes the supporters. And 4 goals to 1. The man who is the driving force, the beating heart of this team. Well, not a great day for the Paraguayans. Final couple of seconds, Paraguay are going to go out. Portugal made heavy weather of this. Took them a long time to break down Paraguay in the first half. Paraguay really did pay the cost in what was an opening 20 minutes where they showed absolutely zero adventure. One shot on target until midway through the second period. That told the story. Portugal worthy winners, but there is much tougher tests ahead for them. Right then, that isn't the end of the action for today, though. We've got a really juicy game coming up in a bit, in about an hour's time. The host nation are in action, Thailand against Spain, the world #2, formerly the world's #1, a former world champion, European champion, been there, seen it, done it and won it all. They're up against the host nation. Join us for that in an hour. For the moment, though, victorious scenes for the Portuguese. From me, Tim Capel. We'll be back shortly. Bye-bye.